Snake?
Alright,
I'm
streaming.
not too sure.
Streaming.
Unless I'm. You're streaming?
Streaming.
He's streaming.
Streaming.
Everyone.
Streaming.
Everyone, calm the fuck down. Okay, wait. Stop. Wait. Wait. Stop. Hang on.
Kill him, I'll give you money.
Sir, it appears you are actually streaming. Holy fucking shit. That's
Guys,
crazy.
oh my god, people actually know I'm real now.
That's crazy.
No way.
That's crazy.
It's actually nuts. I'm still alive. Time to spread this virtually everywhere.
Alright, I'm about to,
I can't find your YouTube. Oh, it's right here.
Bro, you can't find his goofy YouTube. Is literally the first name.
It's the same thing it has been for years.
It's always been the same.
Time to spread this to every single place I know.
He's back again.
Guess who's back?
Done. I just there, you are you goofy bastard. I like it how wait.
Ask questions.
Please.
Tell me things.
Questions asked and will be answered.
Maybe. Depending on. It's going to be some other.
Is there going to
I
be
mean, if it's stupid, then no.
If it's stupid, then no.
It's either stupid. It's stupid, guys.
Hey guys,
Is there going to be some Nether versus End related what if episodes?
Maybe.
Maybe is crazy. The Nether and the
I don't think lore specific.
the Nether and End arc will definitely be covered. Every single arc will be covered throughout what if. At least once.
Stop.
That can be said.
You know, will also be
Okay,
these
I'm
nuts.
dead.
See, I mean,
Damn, 50
depends what
people
happens,
is
but
crazy.
I don't think there's any arc-specific episodes for the End or Nether.
What up? What's up, Happy Corgi?
Welcome everyone.
What up, mountains?
Awesome, because I noticed that the fight in the end at episode 10 hasn't been animated by anyone yet. You know what, I'll read for you guys.
Some because I noticed that the fight in the end at episode 10 hasn't been animated by anyone yet. Oh, like of season 3. I thought you were talking about like Titan or Death Singer. I'm like, that was pretty much. What's Sonic the Ten Rings, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings? It's like, kind of like Songs of War. Sonic and the Ten Rings?
Sonic and the... You mean Shang-Chi?
Hey, for next short, can you do End Singer versus Death Singer? Perhaps. I've had a very big editor's block lately, which is why I haven't been uploading a lot. It actually took a lot to actually make the Alec versus Jalkar one because I didn't have any motivation to edit. I've been mainly focused on this stuff and staying behind the computer.
And,
Dear Lord.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is why we should not have
Zooming long, it shows Death Singer versus Pyth. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, that has been animated by Death Singer. Yeah, that has been animated and it's very high quality. I recommend go checking it out. I recorded a reaction video and that's uploaded on this channel somewhere. One of my latest videos.
What a flower.
You just walked into a doorbell. Maybe you should watch.
Wait, Herobrine have screen time? Hang on. Dragon Defender says, will Herobrine have screen time?
What a flower.
Not as I don't think he'll show up as like an actual like an important character, but he might show up in the background.
Cicada, no.
But not that I remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't
I
think
don't know anything about Herobrine at all, so.
He's mainly just he's just like he's made to be a power equalizer. He's made to be a power equalizer. That's what he's made for in Songs of War.
Yep. Blind
Join my Valorant premiere stream.
Yeah, that's a womp womp.
And played Valorant once.
I got a question. Why do people think Tigran could take on Death Singer?
That was one
Okay,
guy.
we were just playing Fortnite a while ago.
Lazy.
Not about to stop. He's a supporting character, so that makes sense. Yeah, he doesn't speak. He doesn't have a personality. He's kind of just a power equalizer, so that way the Knights of Verdonia actually stood a chance during the Second Great War. That's about it.
He is a supporting character, so it makes sense. Alright, yep. Fuck. I'm dead. Oh my god, I suck at this game.
I don't
Ask
even
all
know
your
what I'm
questions. This is currently the production that I am most involved in right now, because Brothers of War is run by Kevin, and Kevin had to take a mental leave. So
Happy
Achillean
Corgi
with all
said,
primes versus Death Singer at Northwind.
killing with
Happy
all
Corgi-
with all the prime song. What if? What if? Are you asking for like a
How
result?
though?
I would think.
Ow.
I'm guessing he means like the full potential one where he had Death Up, Aggressium, and Protisium. Like basically, if he survived Northwind,
Happy Corgi
which is
said,
which is a scenario that I've made up in a 1v1 a while ago, but Achillean would end up winning that fight. And
100%. Yeah, he
I've
has the two most
I've
powerful
I've
primes.
explained that multiple times, and people have tried to contest that, but I hold my ground. Here, Brian tries to carve his own empire and conquer Adonia. I don't think he would do that morally. He definitely could, if he wanted to. I feel like he could after Tidesinger, Pythos, and Deathsinger are dead. I feel like there's not. I think he is. He would
Their
be the
plan on how many episodes there will be. I mean, for that, I would
Can I
say.
reveal the episode
Yes.
count?
Oh, right.
Is there a plan?
Uh,
there is a plan. We'll give you that.
There is a plan.
I'm
wonder
gonna say
how his
it.
Ingress is doing.
I will say it. There is the normal amount of episodes
The
for
normal amount of episodes.
normal Songs of War. A normal count of episodes like Songs of War did.
Lucan died during the fight in Felden.
What if Lucan died
There's a
during
lot
the
of fights
fight
in
in
Felden.
Felden?
Do you mean like in episode 10 when that happened? I mean, that wouldn't really change anything. Lucan wasn't really important. I guess he did help Alec with the help Alec warn Kiyoshi of the ambush, but they ended up dying anyways, so it didn't really it didn't really matter.
I'll read this.
Sing
long
is my
one for you.
favorite. When will episode 1 come out? We're currently in the process of making episode 1, so it's hard to tell, but we are making good progress at a decent rate. It's really hard to tell when episode 1 will come out, though. You think Aggressive and Achillean ever talked in the afterlife? That depends if there was one. I don't know what Ardoni culture is, but maybe if there is an afterlife,
what
absolutely.
happens, I guess.
That's
When
a
will
joke.
episode 1 be out?
It's for idea
Never.
where him,
It's never coming out.
Emperor of
It's
the
never coming out.
Multiverse, that's crazy.
This prod is a this question is kind of a joke and semi-serious.
There is an afterlife. I'm not about to get into
Got a
Ardoni
Catholic in
religion.
here.
That's what I literally just said. No talking about.
There will always be an afterlife.
we
Thank you
don't
for
know
spreading your wisdom.
everything.
Your
There will
fear.
always be an afterlife. Well, that if only.
When Omni-Man? I don't know, Slaps.
we had
Dude,
enough-
you ask me.
Where's how many men?
Thalius survived in the fight of Sandaria. I think I made a, like I made a couple like some small what if shorts, and I think that was one of them. Fallout, can you animate Valora fight in episode 23, Scorched versus Death Singer and Masani Death? I forgot Masani was a character.
What if
What if-
Varric won the tipping?
Why would you want me to
You
animate
suck,
it?
Cicada.
Why me?
Average the game.
Psycho Girl versus Ingressus, who would win?
That's a
Ingressus,
question where-
absolutely.
Ingress is absolutely. No, they're not even a challenge. Just literally one tap and then she's dead.
Okay, about one.
Today.
If Varric
Why
won
do I suck today? If you want content.
If Varric won the tipping point, Singer's SMP would still be alive. That's what would happen.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Psycho Girl is not. Psycho Girl has. I'm speaking from actual critical perspective instead of a meme perspective because I haven't seen Minecraft jams in like 5
Bruh.
years. But regardless, yeah, no, Psycho Girl would get dominated. Very egotistical and not as powerful. Brothers of War is not canceled. I'm saying this now. Brothers of War is not.
Brothers of War is
It's
not even close to being
not even
canceled.
Brothers of
close.
War is
It's
not
just
canceled.
delay- It's just on hold.
It's currently delayed due to our main director, that being Kevin Slowmunch, on a mental health leave. And since I am the director of many more technical, less technical things, aka stuff including Blender, because my knowledge doesn't expand to that, which is why people have asked me to animate things. I can't animate. I have the mental capacity. I focus on scripts and casting, which is why majority of if you look at the progress reports on Fallout Studios, we have I would, if I were to estimate, I'd say a solid 90% of the original cast that was from the original Songs of War is currently employed with Fallout Studios for Songs of War What If, and I think a solid 95% of that 90% was from me emailing them and providing them with the proposition to join. So that is the one thing. What was I responding that to? Oh, that's what I focus on in productions, is casting and writing. But when it comes to Blender and stuff, I don't really have the knowledge to manage that stuff. While Kevin and our other production management team, really focus us on that stuff with storyboarding and whatnot. So basically, since the script and a lot of the voice acting is done for Brothers of War, there's not much more I can do, and especially since Kevin is on leave, I basically can't do anything in Brothers of War. However, in Fallout Studios, we're still in that phase of like editing scripts and casting, that if I'm able to I'm able to focus on that aspect of the production and commit my time more to here than I am able to in Brothers of War right now. One time there was a game of web series Tales of
Off
Minecraft.
topic. I like it how some of these questions aren't even related questions.
Yeah, that's because of really on the store. This is my fucking IRL friend.
Hang on. I want to read all these. Who is cuter, Ingresses or what the fuck?
Will you expand of the Songs of War story or just what has been written? So, if you're asking about this for Songs of War What If, a whole thing about the story is diving into hypothetical scenarios of, like, if you see my shorts of What If, you dive into the hypothetical scenarios of what the outcome, or like what would happen future on into the story. So say, like for example, what if the most popular one, what if Thalius didn't die? Then it would start the episode off by Thalius not dying. Yeah, it would, like, probably killing Tigran instead. And then it would progress the story to see how that change, that turning point in the story, affects how the rest of it occurs. If you're saying, well, expand the Songs of War story as in, like, continue it and making a season 4, we will not. Songs of War season 4. Unfortunately, the story is concluded so perfectly that there's not much you can do to branch off of it, and a lot of the season 4s have been poorly written and have failed because of them being poorly written, which is why I really focus on.
Been saying that so many times. What if Kronos wasn't killed by Pythis?
Kronos, what if you didn't die? What if you were just better?
When will the Varric and Achillean slow burn romance arc happen? That's in season 2.
Honestly, I would. Honestly,
Wait, what?
He's
honestly,
yes,
if I
Akeda
wasn't
asks, when
killed-
will the Varric and Achillean slow burn romance arc happen? That happens in season 2.
I'll say this for
yeah.
the Kronos Pythis thing.
What if Achillean joined Ingressus, though? They'd be fucking
I
unstoppable.
would ground him for life.
They would probably destroy our yeah.
What if Achillean joined Ingressus? They would not be possible. Not be possible to kill. Ether could have been the afterlife. I've had an idea for that for the longest time, but I haven't really expanded on it. There's not really much you can do with an afterlife besides just appeal to the public audience to seeing their characters again. Yeah. It's like, because, people get heartbroken when they see characters die, especially Thalius. People were crying at that in the comments. So was I, because I was young. What if Ingressus never killed Achillean? Probably the same thing that would happen if Achillean got the 2 Prime songs. And it would end up with Ingressus dying eventually. What if Null was in Songs of War? I feel like he'd be something similar to Herobrine, but on the other side, on Deathsinger's side. It would be nice. That would be a cool 1v1 if that was there. But it would also give them.
Originally going to be called Aether Dimension.
Yeah.
It would be, because it would be cool to see, like,
Nether to Ether.
People like Achillean or Ingressus who fight Null figure out, like, oh, the sword kills him. His own sword kills him.
Mm-hmm.
What if Ingressus was a pacifist? Oh wait, we already answered that?
What if Ingressus was a pacifist? That's a good question.
That
actually is a good question. If Ingressus was a pacifist, I feel like he wouldn't have revealed himself, is what I feel like. He wouldn't have revealed himself. He would have claimed the Primes first as an Astoris, and then later on revealed himself, and then, kind of like forceful pacifism.
So like he wouldn't reveal himself.
What if Death Singer never went to Pythis? That would probably just end in him eventually dying, because unfortunately the Nether he would not be able to achieve anything, really, because without the Nether he would have no army and he would not have any forces to combat the Knights of Ardonia, especially after Tidesinger comes back. Will Fallout Studios make a Songs of War Minecraft server, since that Bedrock server?
Nah.
That has
There's already
probably,
one. There's
probably
already one that
not.
exists.
Yeah, maybe like a Java one, but that hasn't been discussed before.
Stealing all the
Probably
questions,
not,
Ozzy.
Hmm?
I
I'm
got
stealing all
one.
the questions.
You know what? I got one for all of you. If you want to answer my question.
What if Sen had all the Prime songs? I feel like he would be about like Tidesinger level without any Prime songs if he had all of them. Because
no, we do not plan to make a Minecraft songs of our Minecraft server
probably not. No.
because of all the Bedrock and Java ones that.
What if
And
Alice
drama, and it's just too much.
And we're not gonna deal with that shit. So
Yeah, no.
no, we're not creating one.
I'm
Unless
trying
someone
to-
wants to.
I'm trying to catch up with all the comments. There's a lot of them. What
Read
if
not.
What if Alistair successfully killed Abigail and led the Ender Knights? The end would probably fall. Because the sole reason the end didn't fall is because Abigail befriended Volcanus. Alistair probably would have just tried to kill Volcanus when they would have met in the time that Abigail met Volcanus. And then that would have just ended in Alistair's death. What if Squared Media had made Season 2 and 3 Songs of War? Half of the things that you see now in the fan-made stuff would not exist. Because the sole...
Square made a season 2 and 3.
If they made a Season 2 and 3, like if this was not discontinued, I would not have started a Songs of War channel. A lot of the fan-made productions would not have existed. The community would not be as strong as it has been and what was now, solely because people's desire for that closure of Songs of War story, because of how they left it before discontinuing the series, drove people to become more creative with the whole plot and everything. All these fan-made productions were... I think it was good for them to discontinue Songs of War. There's pros and cons to both outcomes, and I think that we definitely try to focus on the pros of what happened with, this outcome, what we have right now. What if Thalius won the tournament instead of Ingress? Why are you asking this? Kronos. What if Thalius won the tournament instead of Ingressus? Then Ingressus probably wouldn't have revealed himself and would have continued, and then Ingressus. That is a good question, Kronos. The Nether would probably be defeated. I would think Ingressus would not reveal himself if that was the case. The Nether would have been defeated because they had a champion now, and that's the only thing they really needed. Tidesinger probably wouldn't come to fruition. Like he wouldn't probably fight until, because he didn't.
We think that.
Again.
We think
He didn't.
Pythis' brother. That's not Pythis' brother.
Tethys. What about that? I have no idea who the hell Tethys
What the fuck
is.
is Tithys?
Volcanus is the brother of
only
Pythis,
brother.
unless that's a OC that I'm not aware of. What if Volcanus tried to propose to Abigail? I tried to steer.
What type of bullshit?
You guys have so much power to understand the series coming up, and you just waste it.
Anyways, as I was saying,
What if Pythis
I
won the
called
Battle of
this
Ingressus and Pythis? What would Pythis do after that? Probably try to take over the rest of Ardonia. How much time and money goes into these animations? A lot of time.
Enough money.
Enough money. I'm not going to disclose any financial information now, but a lot of time and a lot of money.
Enough money for the
A lot.
A lot of both. I'm not going to disclose any information, and I can't really give you an exact estimate, but I would say a lot of us work on this stuff 2 to 4 to 8 hours a day. Let's see. Did I miss any questions?
What if Pythis won the Battle of?
Yeah, I answered that one already. What if Ingressus became a sort of dark messiah to the Volarus and tried to lead them outside of Ardonia for freedom? That depends what's outside of Ardonia. Nobody knows.
It just looks like ocean to me.
Well, yeah, obviously, but you think it's a whole just planet with that one island on it? There's probably something out there, but nobody really cares.
Wait, Pangea.
It's fine. It's so if Ingressus became the Dark Messiah, I think they would. I think the Ardonia would actually promote that, because them being gone and away from Ardonia would probably be an appealing option to them.
What if Rhea died instead of Hubris?
Instead of
Then-
hubris, not
that's a- well,
much
not much,
would have
not much.
changed.
That-
Hubris died right before Deathsinger showed up, so it wouldn't really have made a difference besides how people would have felt at the end and how Sen would have
Ardonia
reacted.
is a single continent, so there might be
I
some-
think the only change is that Sen is
Adonia
really
is a single
sad.
continent. Yeah, Sen is really sad at the end, but it doesn't really.
Depression.
It's so late into the series that you can't really spring off of it into a hypothetical thing. What if Achillean killed Ingressus when Ingressus was at the water and told
Hey,
him?
Ozzy, chill out for a second. Let other people read questions.
Hang on. Alright, my turn. I guess I can read them. What if Achillean killed nothing to Aegis? You
What?
can- I read that off someone.
Do you want me to answer it now?
Yes, answer it. I'll read
Okay.
Well,
If
you-
Achillean did
watch my
not
stream.
save Ingressus, then there would not have been a war. The Volarus probably would never have been liberated at the end of the series, and I think the Great War would have been won because of Thalius winning the tournament, because nobody else would be able to contest him. Nothing else would have been able to change. Thalius would be a douchebag his whole life.
What
Probably.
if Deathsinger had more dark magic than the other? I'm thinking being able to create time portals as well as and strip away other songs at will.
He would definitely achieve all of the goals he wanted to.
What if the Unyielding Legion waged a genocidal war against the Ardoni?
That's an interesting one. There's not a lot with the Unyielding Legion, but you don't understand. I think because it's kind of just like a crime boss type thing. It's like a little, it's like the mafia. or something
little
similar.
mafia thing. Yeah. But the Ardoni would win.
No, the Ardoni would win.
What if Zenaida killed
But it would be
Jalkar
interesting.
and Graham and would take the egg?
That's a great. Well, I mean, that depends what they would want to do with the egg. That's a good question.
I mean, what would they do after it? Just destroy it?
Well, obviously they can't destroy.
What if Zenaida killed Jakar and Grim and take the egg? I'm really trying to think about this one.
Okay, this is kind of like not really off topic, but I feel like it would have been inaccurate if someone touched the egg. What I mean by that is that in Minecraft lore, touch the egg, it takes it away. So
Abigail
much-
touched the egg.
Huh?
Abigail
Yeah, she-
touched the egg.
Yeah, well, she was like
touched the egg,
meant to, I guess. I don't know.
but Jalkar touched the egg, and he's not.
And so did Grim. Grim held the egg.
Yeah, the Minecraft lore is fucking weird. What
Grim
if Gallius
Ender
survived Ingressus? Grim Ender Knight confirmed? What if Gallius survived Ingressus? I just read something.
I'm trying to think of an answer for that. Not much would change story-wise, but I feel like... Well, first of all, Kevin Slowmuch would be ecstatic. Gallius is her favorite character, and she thought his death was bullshit.
That's
What is
Um,
episode 1's what if? I'm not telling you that.
No,
why,
yeah,
why,
we can't reveal.
why
we can't
won't I
reveal
tell you that?
subject. We can't reveal subjects of episodes.
We
will
usually
have-
try to dodge questions
Okay, this one-
referring to lore in each episode and what actually happens.
Okay, this one's a joke question. What if Abigail at least harvests the sugar where she left?
Well,
Well, nothing
Mr.
happens.
Finch would be happy.
She wouldn't have caught up to Jalkar. Jalkar would have sold the egg to the Voltaris, and they would have lost the war completely.
What is the what if you want to do the most? We're not going to tell you. We're not going to tell you what if we're going to do the most because it will reveal what if
It's
we
a
want to
trick
do.
question.
They will say it after they do all of it.
What is your
How about
response to? Okay, we're not reading that one.
This
What if
one's
King
action.
Rendor didn't? What if King Rendor didn't flee to the end?
Um,
you mean Kronos fleeing to the Nether?
I'm pretty sure he means like, what if Rendor stayed after the war or something like that?
Oh,
like if he stayed in the overworld. I think he split the kingdoms after the war, right? Or was it before? I think it was before.
No, it was before. Yeah,
It
because
was before the war that he split the kingdoms. I feel like the kingdoms would have been more united than they were, and he probably perhaps could have started like a chain reaction that would have stopped the Cydonia-Carthan civil, or like the war between Cydonia and Carthan.
okay.
Alright, let's see if I can answer any questions that come up.
Okay, some of these. Okay, 1% of these questions are literally just the Songs of War community, which we're not going to answer. So better answer.
Yeah, there was one of them
what it-
saying like about Nightstone. I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah. So if you're gonna talk, if you're just gonna talk someone shit,
He ain't answering Jabba.
Any disclaimer about drama has already been stated before, and
what
I
if
will not
Igneous
restate it again.
survived? All right. Here's another question from Nuka Mango. What if Igneous survived?
I feel like Igneous, if Igneous survived,
Much.
What if?
um,
Okay.
He didn't even completely solve the war.
he did
problem,
solve
he
the
just-
war. I feel like he would have been a higher representative.
You mean a civil war, more accurately, civil war. What if Rhea didn't become champion? That's a question for you, Ozzy.
If Rhea didn't become champion,
Didn't.
yeah, I know. If she didn't, are you saying who would become champion, or like if none of them, like if they just didn't get the prime songs, like nobody had them, like they were still just in their location, they would have lost most likely. Or probably not have lost, but they would have died in the fight against Pythos if Rhea was not champion.
What if Songs of War crossed over with the other Squared Media shows? We are not doing that unless you want.
No, they're asking hypothetically. I hope, but
Alright, hang on. You know what? I'm gonna read them and stop playing Fortnite. So
Songs of War crossed over with Square Media shows.
all right.
I don't see like story wise. I'm a story guy. That just wouldn't really make sense to me. It would sure be like a sight to see, but there's not much I can really say other than that.
I have a what if from Tyler Sundars. What if Tigran fight scene what if Tigran
I can do it.
fight
I can read
Sen
them.
without
Rhea
Rhea in the fight? Who would have
Here, I can read his
who would
English.
have won if it was just Sen and Tigran?
Well, there's other questions that we skipped.
I know what he's trying to say. What if Tigran fought Sen without? What if Sen fought Tigran without Rhea? Like it would just be Sen
Nobody
versus Tigran.
knows.
I don't fucking know.
I think Sin would
Igneous
either
would
get
need a
seriously
bit
injured
more
or
than a
die.
fridge to survive that explosion.
I'm gonna look.
What if? Oh, here's this one. What if the Cydonia/Carthan never ended and continued through the Great War? Would they pick different sides?
They would not have picked different sides. They just wouldn't have involved themselves, and that would ultimately lead to their demise or the war being much longer than it should have been.
What if
Bye,
Thales?
Corgi.
We already answered that.
What if Thales didn't die? Would they change the result of the mountains where Julius died?
I guess I would have.
I think maybe.
Thalius would probably still die if he went with Zulius.
I think maybe
Because he
Tigran would have died though.
Can't kill Tigran because he's too old, and he definitely can't fight Deathsinger.
I'm thinking if he went to the thing with Julius, much more Voltarus would have died, but Deathsinger would have ultimately defeated them. It probably would have ended in
It would go the same, right?
yes. Thalius would have caused the attack to occur much earlier, because if his death caused a lot more controversy and discussion as to what to do next, because the attack on Melvelgren happened so perfectly aligned with the Death Singer's return that it screwed them over in the worst way possible, because many of the greatest warriors of that time were just killed off.
What if Sam didn't die? Story wise, that would be absolute. Animation wise, it would be a pain in the ass to animate.
Sam, the whole reason why Sam killed was to
Because
save
it was
animation
difficult.
time.
Because it was difficult to animate Sam. David
it-
said in the behind the scenes where he had to die because it and my.
It was also a
As I was
tipping
saying.
point for Abigail. It was a tipping point for Abigail in killing Jalkar. If Sam didn't die, she probably would have showed the same mercy to Jalkar as she did with Grim and Lucidius.
What if
What if
Tigran
Tigran was still alive? I'll
the-
say that.
the 10?
Tyler's. What if Tigran was still alive throughout 10 season?
Am I gonna answer a single question at all
No.
without being interrupted?
Well,
Yes.
because you guys keep going through questions so slowly that we're skipping through so many.
Yeah, because there's so many of them. that
Yes,
I
and if
can't
you let
even-
me answer all of them, I would do.
Alright.
These are just hypothetical questions. Questions about the studio you guys can answer.
Alright, I'm gonna read the recent one. What if Tigran and the Voltaris didn't reveal themselves on.
And then the Voltaris didn't reveal themselves in Mount Belgrade.
Yeah.
If they stayed hidden and Thalius instead reported that there were no Voltaris there, the Prime Songs would not have been moved. However, I think it would have been harder for them to ambush Sindaria. I feel like they would not have gotten the Sindaria. Actually, I feel like they would have actually failed, because if they try to get the Prime Songs, Tigran probably would have died in the attack against Sindaria because it wasn't an ambush, and there are probably more Sindaris warriors active. So having an actual fight instead of an ambush that Thalius just showed up late to, Tigran probably would have died, but Deathsinger would have received the Aggressium, Proticium, and Saporium Prime Songs during that time instead. Which would make him so much more powerful that they would probably end up losing the war. What if Gallius stayed in fighting shape? He would probably be, like, if he stayed in shape, like, the whole time, he would have been similar strength to Thalius.
Alright. What if nobody would join Zulius for the fight again?
Then he wouldn't have gone.
Then he would have followed you.
If he would have followed Hubris, and there would have just been a much larger Knights of Ardonia.
Yeah.
Which would make the war much easier for them. I'm gonna go back up because there was a lot of questions that we skipped through.
If you guys think we skipped your question, you can answer your questions now.
Alright, yeah, ask them now.
If we haven't answered them, yeah.
Alright, let me look. What if Tigran would kill Ingressus just at the end of Songs of War 1? Tigran wouldn't have killed Ingressus.
What if Pythus never joined the Dead Singer? That's
hold on, I wanna go top down. I wanna go top down.
Would you explore more of how the Nether treated the conquered Ardoni? I'm somewhat curious. It felt like everything fire to history, colonialism. What are you saying?
What if Ingressus never attacked the Masters but went to fight the Nether instead? Are you saying if he claimed the Prime Songs and waited, then the Nether would have gotten eviscerated and they would have won and lived happily ever after?
Tiger, please leave me alone. I'm fixing something.
Alright. If Tigran was in Season 3, Episode 10, would Voltaris and never died in Season 3, Episode 10, would the Voltaris stand have a chance? I don't think they would have had a chance. I feel like Rhea with Primes would have killed Tigran in that. Definitely would, like, if they faced one-on-one, then yeah. But,
here's a question that I've been asking for a while. Hang on, let me type it for you.
Tigran and the Voltaris didn't reveal themselves. I already answered that. Yes, correct. Deathsinger about the Abigail executing Jalkar thing, yeah. What if nobody joined Zulius? Yeah, he would just join the KOA. Would you explore more of how the Nether treated and the conquered Ardoni? I was somewhat curious if like during the Great War. I don't think it would have been how they were treated, because the Ardoni weren't taken. Only the kingdoms were. Because the kingdoms were the ones that were really getting screwed over by the Nether during this time. That they went to the Ardoni to ask them for help, because it was just a war of the kingdoms versus the kingdoms versus the Nether. The Ardoni weren't involved until the kingdoms called on them to wield the Prime Songs, and that's when the whole Deathsinger thing happened.
Read my question, my new one.
It's a new one. Can songs burn in lava? No, but they can definitely probably just sink to the bottom and be stuck there. I don't think songs can be destroyed.
Well, there we go. Perfect.
What if I just never joined Deathsinger? Then they would not have been involved in the war, and then I think Pythus would have just stayed back. There would be no war. Deathsinger would end up losing because he has no support. Either that, or he would just play it a lot smarter and have to be a lot more careful, especially when Tidesinger shows back up. Tigran and
the Deathsinger's offer in Hailstone. Did you already answer that?
No, I'm going down. I'm still going down through the ones that we missed.
Yeah, okay, one at a time, please.
I'll get through them. I just need to get like a hot streak going. All right. What if Tigran and Deathsinger versus Pythus? Who would win and die? Tigran would die. Pythus would die. Deathsinger would probably live instead of dying when in the 1v1. Episode 10. Yeah.
Okay. If we're gonna organize the questions, you should probably pin them to know which questions we're reading off of.
I'll just read it out. I'm at Gamer Theater's question. What if the other Ardoni clans or other factions like Feldon allied with the Voltaris? The Voltaris would stand more of a chance, but they would not have done that. Every single faction and kingdom hates the Voltaris because of the ancient law about their exile and about the ancient rumors that tainted their name. Songs burn in lava. No. Sorry, I mean Ardonia. The conquered Ardonia. Is that what you meant? Yeah. They. Well, I mean, I feel like it just would have been treated like just like prisoners of war. Probably if they had information, then they would be taken, or if they would just be imprisoned, or they'd probably be executed. What if Sen took the Death Singer's offer in Hailstone? That's a
good one.
Good question. Let's see. If Sen took the Death Singer's offer in Hailstone and then like became a Voltaris, it really depends on how Sen's morals would change if he would actually turn his back on the Knights of Ardonia or not, but I don't think he would. What if Thalius took Rhea with him instead of Sen? Probably the same thing.
Except Sen would die.
Except Sen probably would die because he's not as smart as Rhea. Sen is more of like Sen's like golden retriever energy, so he probably would have stayed back and tried to fight with Osivian. While Rhea was more like agreeing to flee, Sen would have probably let his honor and his love for his adopted father make him have him help Osivian, and then obviously he'd end up dying. Songs can't be destroyed. Yep. What if Sen aided the Death Singer against Pythus? Okay. Like if Sen went up and helped instead of staying down with Rhea, Sen would have died. Probably the same thing with Tigran. If Tigran helped against Pythus, Death Singer wouldn't die, but Pythus would. Death Singer would still be injured, but just not as much. Literally anything that would help the Death Singer would probably have anything at all that would have helped the Death Singer probably would have made him survive, because that match was that matchup is so evenly tied that if one of them had any sort of help at all, that it would have probably made the other one win. If you can say, what is one of your favorite voice lines from the series? What's a good voice line that I can say that doesn't spoil anything?
Maybe something from the OG songs were.
Well, I guess if I can say I'll say something from the OG songs of War, because Deval's not here and I don't want to say anything that might spoil it, because I don't want to be like Tom Holland from Marvel. But
don't say anything. Don't pull a Tom Holland.
So let's say, what is one of my favorite lines from the series? Let me find it actually. I think I have the Songs of War script. Like that's a thing right now. Oh, that's right. They deleted it from the drive. I'd have to go with something else. Favorite line. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of good ones. I have an old favorite that used to be my favorite just because it was like an inspirational quote. I should have probably used that for my senior quote. That would have been funny. But it's Tidesinger saying, "Before you can fight for what you believe is right, you must first learn and understand what is wrong." And I think that applies to many things, because people kind of just yell at other people without like listening to what they have to say. Let me go back up, because I think I went through. What if Thalius was with Tidesinger in the Battle of Mount Velgrin during Great War, Season 1, Episode 10? That's a good question, honestly. I think the fight could have gone either way, because both of them were kind of holding back, but I think since Thalius was there, Deathsinger wouldn't have been holding back. Thalius would have died, ultimately died. And I think it would probably end similar to Pythus versus Deathsinger there. Because if it's both of them there, Deathsinger definitely would not stand as much of a chance as he did against Achillean alone. But since both of them were holding back, it's hard to gauge how they would actually fight if they were both going full at it. And since Deathsinger would have been going full at it with Thalius, that probably would have caused the Achillean to go full at it at Deathsinger, and that probably caused him to... Because, again, Thalius is a friend of Tidesinger, so if he just goes full at it at Thalius, then he's probably going to be blinded by like rage and distraught that he probably would have ended up killing Deathsinger. What if Aegis had accepted Ingressus instead of agreeing with the other masters? Aegis would have been stripped of his title of master and probably executed, and the same thing would have happened, except Aegis would be dead.
That's fucking dark.
No, they would have probably like they would not have listened to reason. They would have immediately stripped Aegis of his title of master and either execute him or just leave him. Because it would be considered treason. What if Sen became champion instead of Rhea? Probably the same thing. Because both of them have good experience with songs and both of them are pretty similar in skill, except that Rhea probably has better combat skill. And Sen might have better... I think Sen has better song skill because he really trained that a lot. Instead of Rhea, who was really self-training. But both of them are kind of equal in combat skill. But I think Rhea is just stronger in combat skill because she trained that a lot more. What if the Volarus had fight with other factions prior to the Great War? That would probably end up in their... That'd probably just end up in their demise.
Stop stealing my question.
The Volarus came in through that I don't want to tell Holland yet. Mine is they call them the Death Singer. The first line of the series hits so good. First time I've ever heard voice acting in a Minecraft animation. It was great. Could Ingrassus make the Insanity plead? I don't think they have a judicial branch in Ardonia. I'm using our power does not come from our strength of our weapons, but rather how we choose to wield what power we've been given. As my senior quote.
Wait, did you just say they don't have a judicial branch in Ardonia?
Yeah. Sorry,
Lucan was in prison!
Have you ever seen a court?
Lucan was in prison.
Yeah, they have prisons. They probably just have them arrested. It's a fantasy, a medieval fantasy. They didn't have courts.
What does that mean?
It means they didn't really... They said, oh, you stole. I don't care if you have proof against it. You're going to jail. They're not going to make a plea. My name is Tiger and Volarus. That's a pretty... Okay, what if the Songs of War community was patient? Then we wouldn't have what we had today. To ignore songs is to ignore the very thing that makes us Idoni. I don't think that's the exact line, but I know what you're referring to. I keep accidentally clicking things, and that's pulling things. That was pulling out. Minigun, excellent. Vexen, what do I know you from? I swear to God, I've seen your name in the last couple of days. Okay. What if Songs of War community was actually good? That would be crazy. Full of rational people is also crazy. It's not possible.
It's not possible. Not possible. Literally impossible.
Is what if coming soon? Define soon.
Yes.
Say yes.
Soon.
Soon can be anywhere in the future, so yes, it is coming soon.
I'll say this.
You're ready for Brothers of War. You are?
Is what if
I
coming
direct
soon?
Brothers of War. I don't. Am I blind?
I don't fucking know. What if Tigran was stronger than Ingressus? Also, you spelled then wrong. Minor
I
spelling.
don't remember there being another.
What if Nether stayed with Death Singer instead of retreating? Then I wouldn't be.
No way, you meant POA? That's who I knew you from. Yes, I remember now. I was about to say. I remember me and Kevin being the only writers for Brothers of War. I'm like, wait. All right.
Sorry.
There's a question. When is What If coming out, or is it coming soon?
It's coming soon. It's coming out. All we know it's coming out soon. Do not be like the people in Squared Media who always ask when is Part 3 coming out of Fairbine's return. Do not be those people, because I actually am pissed off about those people. Detective Cronus, I know I was responding. Yeah. Anyways, oh god.
Next, I gotta see what you're doing. I haven't touched the POA script in a while. I won't say anything about it, but I've really been focusing on that one. Let's see. There were other things. There were courts in the Middle Ages, actually, yeah, but I don't think they were in Ardonia. If they were not not specified. I know about a lot. I'm a writer for a few shows, and a few that got canceled. Yeah, so have I.
I'm dead.
So wait, who's in the VC? The Fallen Chronos. Fallen Chronos.
Alex. But
there are some people that are muted.
Aren't speaking. Some people are muted, and then Ozzy himself.
It's basically the management team of Songs of War What If and Fallout Studios. Let's see, is Songs of War cancelled? Songs of War from SQM was cancelled, but there's many other fan-made stuff being created and have been created.
Songs of War Season 2?
And failed. It failed.
Songs of War Season 2 is something else. I mean,
when is Songs of War Season 2 2045?
Yeah, accurate release date.
Alright, I'm gonna go because I skipped a few. I want to look.
How many Songs of War What If episodes will there be? We're not gonna answer that.
We're not going to disclose an episode
We're gonna
amount
let
as of yet. That will be revealed in due time, but not yet. Let's see. What if Tigran was stronger than Ingressus? Then that would simply just create a plot gap.
Endork is going to be interesting. Okay, focus on what if and not Endork, because let Rendor make that cue. Not us.
Yeah, I'm not part of Endork. That's like the only thing I don't know.
Wait, didn't? No, never mind.
I used to be a builder for it, but I didn't have time, so I ended up leaving and focusing here.
It's okay. Endork's doing great.
I'm sure it is. That sounded sarcastic. It wasn't at all. What if Nether stay with Death Singer instead of retreating? They would. They would have won. They probably would have won if they did. If the Nether stayed. They would have stood a much better chance, and the Second Great War would have been much different. What if a compromise was made where Pythus was allowed to live if he remained a puppet king for the Nether? I think that the thing would end the same, but just Pythus's body is still alive, I guess. The credits
Why the hell did I get a Domino's ad on your live stream?
Assuming it's talking about those stuff, so we're probably yeah. No, we're not discussing any Songs of War drama. Anything that has been discussed has already been disclaimed by me before. Has already been disclaimed by me before, or has already been disclaimed by other people, and I'm not chiming into that stuff.
Let us work in peace.
Since the Ender Knights are from the end and the Tharans are from the Nether, they all have glowing eyes from their armor. Wouldn't Grim make sense as the missing part of the trio as the overworld one? Nobody knows where Grim is, but that is a great theory, and I love it. Maybe we should like dive deep, create like a little headcanon, but we'll not as of yet. Understand animation is hard. Take your time. Animation is hard, but we are spending a lot of time and resources in creating it, and we are making excellent progress. Who's in the VC? I already answered that. It's neither usage. It's not the very thing that makes us Ardoni. Nice Thales quote. What if Thales took Sen and Rhea? That's a good question. I want to get through other things, but I'm just gonna. I don't see a lot of other questions, so I'm gonna take a look. So if Thales took Sen and Rhea, probably would. He might have lived. Honestly.
Wait, who again?
I feel like if both Sen and Rhea were there, they would have wanted to.
In where? I wasn't reading the question.
If he took them both instead of just Sen. If you like with him.
Yeah, I've actually been questioning that.
If you took both of them, Timber's legs probably would have broken.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think Timber can hold that much. Thalius would have had to walk the whole way, and they would have returned much later. And then Thalius would have lived because
sure horses can hold up to like 4 times their body weight or something.
Yeah, but I don't think they would fit on it because Sen barely fit on it.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But that would probably end up. How much would Ardoni even weigh? Whatever.
At least a pound.
Yes, at least a pound.
Kilograms.
What if I go to sleep? Then you will be well rested in the morning. That's what will happen. Yeah. So if Thalius took Sen and Rhea, they'd probably delay their journey, and Tigran would have already been gone. So Thalius would have lived, and then that whole thing occurs how the other 3 questions have, with not much changing except maybe Tigran dying at Mount Velgrin in episode 10. Let's see, what if that singer fights Sen and Rhea? Then they would have died. Death Singer would have beaten both of them. Thalius, yeah, I already answered that. What if I go to sleep? I already said that. How many songs for what if episodes will there be? How long will each episode be? We cannot disclose it. Yeah, we can't disclose an episode count as of yet, and in the current stages of the episode production, we cannot gauge a time, like a timeline of how long the episodes are going to be.
You can also ask about questions about like, do you have any other projects in mind or anything about the studio itself?
Let's see. Endark's gonna be interesting. The one I don't know nothing about. Yeah, I don't know much about it either because I left in the really early stages. What if the First Great War was won to the point where the End conquered the Nether? They would have to find a way. I don't think the End would have. Because the End really focuses on, and I believe Rendor would have done this just as much as Volcanus, as maintaining the balance, which is like I don't know how like the balance actually affects Ardonia. But I don't think they would have conquered the Nether, but they would have probably immobilized them to the point where they couldn't do more damage that would do anything. I bet this is going to be awesome. It is. I'm part of it, and I can tell you it will be. Enderark is a bit overhyped. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. And I haven't seen any animation on Enderark so far, so I can't say if it's overhyped or not, but it's also similar to Brothers of War.
There's been a lot of lore drop on Rendor's description. Yeah, pretty much in every single promotion.
Alright, what if...
He just drops the lore.
What if Alistair took the throne? Then him and Thunderdome would have died to the Nether. What if Sen was an interesting character? Then Songs of War wouldn't exist. But it might be incredible for all I know. Yes, please, one of the should have died. What if Thalius wasn't born? Then nothing would have happened because...
No. Actually, no. Something would happen. Something would happen. Racism wouldn't exist. Racism wouldn't exist.
No, it still would exist, but the Death Singer would have remained in the mountains and would not have existed. So the...
So technically there is still racism in Ardonia. Fuck.
Yeah. That and Magnerites. Don't forget that. They're still very racist against Magnerites.
It's not just Ardonia.
That would not have changed. Nothing would have really changed with the kingdoms. The war would have been won by the Ardoni. But, I mean, probably a random person would have won the Prime since Thalius and Agressus wouldn't have been there. Achillean wouldn't have been trained, so it wouldn't have been him. So probably would have just been some random dude. Probably one of the other contestants seen in the prologue.
Maybe Gallius?
Yeah, Gallius, maybe, yeah. Who knows? What if Sen died instead of Thalius? That actually would be very different. Where'd the... Hello. Where'd my chat go?
Would get super duper angry. Not like the same angry.
Oh, where'd my chat go? My chat disappeared. Okay, here we go.
You lost your chat.
No, I clicked something, but I got it back. Alright. Yeah, if Sen died instead of Thalius. Thalius probably would have gone... again, it probably would have just ended up with him going to, Mount Valgrind and then ended up dying. Either that or he would... I wouldn't know how... Thalius definitely would have gone to Mount Valgrind instead of rationalizing and creating the Knights of Ardonia. Or, like, not creating it, but, like, joining it with Zulius and everybody else. Him and his brother would probably fight, so... Ataraxia would not have any importance. They would probably die, and then I'd probably just leave Tidesinger and the Knights of Ardonia alone. Let's see what I just do. Okay, what if Ingressus hadn't died at the end? He probably would have he probably would have still faced some sort of discrimination because of, you know, him being the Death Singer and all, but he probably would have led the Voltaris to salvation. Actually, he might have probably given the staff to Sen and, like, promoted him to Master because he would know that if he remained and tried to lead the Voltaris to salvation and being annexed into Ardonia again, he would have ended up being... He wouldn't have been able to do that because the Masters would have denied him, but Sen is somebody completely different. He used to be Sandaris, and then it's this whole thing, and then they kind of accepted him. What if Tiger did a little dance instead of being cringe? That's a great question. What if Thalius...
That would save...
What if Thalius left Sen to die after discovering he was half Voltaris?
Then that's just cruel.
Here's a production question. Was it difficult getting some of the OG voice actors to join our production? I guess so.
Probably, maybe.
Reaching out to them was difficult because a lot of them have grown or have kind of broken away from voiceover work. I know Carl G. Brooks, the voice actor of Thalius, he refuses to come.
Thalius.
The original Thalius. Now we have Steven Landez, who's like the community voice of Thalius. He does not want to voice Thalius anymore, even with offered payment from Brothers of War at the first time.
There's a video about it.
Yeah, there's a video about it. It's on my channel. It's the one that's about how to do an impression, because while he's explaining how to do an impression of Thalius, he also states the reasoning as to why he doesn't want to do it. Let's see. Yeah, if he left Sen to die since he was half Voltaris, Thalius probably would have taken less time to hide the primes and would have returned to Sandaria quicker during the whole thing, and he probably would have been able to lead an actual assault against the ambush instead of just being like doing like a 1v10 against the Volarus. Probably ending up killing Tigran and ending the same way as I thought when with the question about if he didn't find Volarus in the mountains, he would have been at Sidaria before the ambush and would have been able to repel them because he'd have time to actually think out with other warriors that are present what to do during that time.
What if Thalius adopted Sen?
If Thalius adopted Sen would be a much greater warrior.
Yeah.
Let's see. What if Songs of War What If had an infinite budget? It'd be done by now.
Yeah.
If only. If only.
If anything. Let's see.
Honestly, we would have continued season 2 and 3.
Probably, yeah.
Season 2
No,
and
if
3
we had an infinite budget, we would definitely have a much bigger production studio. Probably would have hired actual advisors to help us since we are
bigger than Squared Media.
Yeah, if anything has an infinite budget, that would be to basically do whatever they want.
Bigger than every big Minecraft studio combined. Bigger than Mojang.
Oh.
Bigger than how much money there is in the world combined.
They'd probably make an original series, yeah, probably. What if OCs were good? Varric. Anyways. Yep. Are you guys planning on animating anything that has not been animated by the community yet for Songs of War?
I Obsidian, so.
Do you want to chime in on that, Default? That question?
What was the question?
Are you guys guys also planning on animating anything that has not been animated by the community yet for Songs of War? Because there's still a few things that need to be animated for Season 3.
For who?
I mean, there is one thing that a lot of people have been begging. It's, what was it called? I forgot it. It's somewhere in Season 3, Episode...
Episode what?
Season 3, Episode 5.
Tide Singer versus
People have
Death
been
Singer?
begging.
Or the Ice Sheet?
No, hang on.
I'm confused what the question was there.
Never
Here
mind.
Brian
I'll
versus
ask him
Death
later.
Singer, Greg versus Death Singer.
No. Oh, it's Sen something. I forgot the whole thing. The part where Thalius gets Sen.
Oh, that's Episode 8, yeah. That's Episode 8.
I'm so stupid.
Yeah, that happened. That's the first thing of Episode 8. So, yeah. Let's see how you guys found. Okay, what if Tide Singer fight Pythus instead of Death Singer? Tide Singer would probably win. I've made multiple claims as to why. What if Thalius killed Tigran and Malvelgrin? He wouldn't have been able to claim the Prime Songs, and Thalius probably would have been able to find... He probably would have brought the body of Tigran out to the Masters, proved to them, and then they probably would have led the full assault into the mountains, and probably made them go extinct, and then probably stopped the Death Singer from returning. Was it difficult getting some of the OG voice actors to join your production? That was already answered, but I'll give more insight into that. Other than Carl G. Brooks, there were some voice actors that have grown a lot, and we are not able to get because they just weren't offered in reprising the role, even given the financial offer. Kiyoshi's voice act. I'll just say the voice actors that aren't coming back because we've already claimed the ones that are. The ones that are not coming back are the original Thalius voice actor, the Zarya voice actor, the Kiyoshi voice actor. Let's see who else.
I'm trying to think.
Who else did we
Alec
recast?
voice actor?
Alec is still on hold because we might get him. We might get him.
All right.
I have a recast thing on just in case, and so people could still send on auditions if they wanted to. But let's see. Merlin. Nobody knows his voice actor, so we couldn't have to get him. We almost had to get Tide Singer, but we ended up getting him eventually.
Have we ever gotten Kevin Liberty?
We did get Kevin Liberty, but he's not in like the actual server itself, like production server. But we have contact with him since he's also in Brothers of War, and that's been announced before.
All right.
Nice.
Let's see.
Do not say Grim because we know who the voice is Grim.
Well, either way, we can just reuse that stuff.
That's
okay. Difficult. Yeah, I already said that. Makes sense. What if Achillean redid his Frederick lines? That would have changed everything.
You've been asking for that.
I've been begging for that, and he wouldn't let me. He wouldn't let me.
What
if Tide Singer didn't interrupt Aegis and Death Singer's chat in Astoria? Death Singer probably would have gotten the final prime and laid waste to the entire goddamn continent. Let's see. Me and Ozzy had a fun time finding contacts. I found them instantly. You failed for like a whole month. What if Achillean, the YouTuber, never became a Songs of War fan? Actually, that's actually a crazy question. Would some of the stuff not exist? Brothers of War probably wouldn't exist. Brothers of War probably wouldn't exist.
No.
Oh.
I need the job.
You're not. I haven't been getting paid, but I'd rather not because me don't want.
I'm not sure if Fallout Studios would exist or not because it all did stem from me joining Brothers of War, but I always had the idea of creating a studio. So
yeah, but you also do get a lot of the links through me, so that would have been a major problem. Like you met Kronos through Brothers of War, right?
Yeah. I actually found him through Brothers of War's production server. I also found him in the Square Media server.
Recruiter probably wouldn't have met either of you guys either. So yeah.
Nor me, because that's where I met him as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I met him through Kevin.
Yeah. A lot of the OG voice actors would have been much harder to contact. But again, there is a lot of stuff. I don't want to have an ego, obviously, but there is a lot of stuff that. Like, I feel like I am, like, right in saying that a lot of stuff in the Songs of War community that people see now would not have happened if I was not a Songs of War fan.
We'll just say for the main answer, without Ozzy, nothing would exist.
Yeah, no, Songs of War actually would have continued. Squared Media wouldn't have canceled it if I wasn't. It's the sole reason that I was a Songs of War fan that they said, "Oh shit, we gotta cancel this so this guy can take over and cook." So yeah, I'm the sole reason that they cancel season 2 and 3. My bad.
Fuck you! You're doing this because we're lazy.
Yeah, my fault. All right, let's see. Community would be dead. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say the community would be dead, but definitely I've seen multiple sides of the community, and some of them are a lot worse than this side of it. There are there's like sectors of the community, and a lot of them I don't like, and I like this one, so I stuck in it. And this one's not even that good because a lot of people are just toxic or children.
Yeah, it's stupid. I'm sorry.
There's a recruiter. I'm gonna answer this for you, clean and no. I'm gonna dumb it down for you, like I have had many other times in the past.
That's crazy.
I applied for Brothers of War. You just made it quicker by being unable to read.
And that's how he was born.
What am I hearing? Reboot. Alright. Community would die. Yeah, I saw the video. What if Thalius adopted Sen? Sen would have been a greater warrior and probably would have helped Thalius with everything else and all that stuff. What if Ingressus had a secret son? I don't know what that son would do. What if Volcanus died fighting his brother? Pythos would have taken over the end, but eventually would have liberated it because Abigail would have died, so the end would have been basically destroyed. But it would have been liberated because Deathsinger would have still killed Pythos. Joe question pursues that. What if Ardonia had slavery and Sen went through farmland arc? That is crazy. Am I gonna get canceled for even reading that? Let's see. What if Gallius was the one who was to take Sen and was replaced by Thalius instead? So he went to Ataraxia instead. He would have been a much more of a diplomatic and smarter character, but he would have been less passionate about.
Hold on, Kronos.
He would have been less passionate about fighting.
I'm getting spammed on text.
Fighting everything.
I just got spammed by recruiters saying if I didn't recruit you, you would have never been in Brothers of War. I applied for Brothers of War. You just made it quicker because you didn't know how to read.
All right, whatever. What if, for the love of God, but what if Abigail had actually been a compelling character? I think she's a great character. She's had multiple moments of growth, especially in season 1. Vinland Saga reference, TBH, I don't know what that is. What if Deathsinger was accepted to fight the Tharans in the Great War? He probably would have forced the Masters to liberate them, but also tried to. He would have had control of everything, but probably would have diplomatically and pacifistically attempted to create a world where the Voltaris can live in peace with them and gain their trust. Because that would probably be what he wanted. What if Achillean and Ingressus' roles were swapped? Then the bad guys would have won because or no, the bad guys would have lost much easier, because if Achillean and Agressus swapped roles, then Agressus still being the most powerful, would have probably finished off in the first war instead of the second one.
Kronos, we're skipping your question.
Do Ardoni lay eggs? Maybe.
Yeah. Wait, someone asked that again.
No, Kronos did. What if Zamboltaurus fought alongside the Nether, the Death Singer? They probably would not have gone to the Nether, considering they had the undead army at their disposal. The Nether would not have been a problem. It would have been a very interesting way to see the later seasons, but I don't think it would have ended any differently, and I think it probably would have ended quicker, because having the Necromancers as an ally and different to the Nether would have made them weaker overall, which probably would have given KOA a greater advantage than they had then. If I did lay eggs and we cooked them and ate them, I'm not answering that. I wonder what a Death Singer egg would taste like. I'm not answering that either. It's so hard to make a what if for such a tightly written series.
No, there's a lot of ones you could do.
The problem with it is that a lot of the what ifs would end the same, but there's a lot that wouldn't. Which is probably why a season 2 would not occur, because there are very limited ideas that we can utilize.
Like, in What If, in Songs of War, you can't really just remove a certain character from the storyline and be like, oh, it completely changes. It's not really like Marvel, where if Tony Stark didn't exist, then really be there. But then, when it comes to Songs of War, and you remove, like, Rhea or something, yeah, she's not there, but then more stuff could have happened. They could have branched off from that.
Alright, I'm not gonna be able to do this stream for much longer because I'm gonna have to get going, so I'm gonna answer the questions that we have now. Quickly! Alright, because I'm 18 and people look at me as a child, want to try as the people I watch the Songs of War. That is so real because I'm also 18. Oh my god, age reveal! Oh, nobody cares. What if Ozzy didn't forget he was subscribed to me after I was hired for What If? Next question. What if I didn't recruit for Brothers of War? Next question. What if Square Media made the second and third Songs of War? The same... I said this earlier. A lot of the shit would not have occurred. What if there was a human supremacy movement in Ardoni? What?
Wait, what?
I don't even know how to answer that question. I'm not even gonna bother. I'm the sole reason. I am. What if Agressus was able to find the Aggressive Prime song before anyone else? He probably would have won the war. Let's see. Why in season 3 episode, Agressus mentioned humans singing songs when monologuing to Thalius, or probably about Thalius. Does the word have both its IRL and its fictional meaning in the series? It's probably like a cultural thing about them singing, singing songs is about the equivalent of them saying, I'm going to tell your story, and be like, people will tell your story, as towards like veterans in real life and other like science nonfiction sort of stories, or like other fiction stories that are similar to actual real life. It's probably a similar metaphor that is used in Ardoni culture, considering their ability to use songs. So it's probably just a literary element that they used, since it's Songs of War. How is this fandom still alive? Because I said so.
There's one more. There's another one. Will there be bloopers for What If?
Yes.
There is one that
there
was released
will
on
be.
my
I already
channel.
made a bunch.
We
They're
won't
fun.
share them.
Kronos really does all of them.
I have fun making all these
Kronos
bloopers.
loves making the bloopers, and we do have bloopers that we will be making.
I have many more bloopers done, but not until I finish my mandatory.
What if Achillean was in the tournament instead of Agressus? He probably would have won it, and then led the Ardoni to victory, and then Agressus would not have revealed himself. What if Thalius didn't die? I've answered that too many times to answer again. What if Death Singer was chill like that? He would have won the war without a fucking doubt. Let's see. How did beasts fly according to... Fucking Richard! Richard!
In the
What?
bloopers, Thalius had a
Richard, get out!
because Thalius does
Fucking
sound
Richard.
British.
Alright, regardless. Let's see. I'm surprised no one has asked what if Gallius survived the attack on Ataraxia. That somebody did ask that, and the reason that nobody else is asking is because it wouldn't really affect the story. In the bloopers, Thalias had a minigun, but he didn't sound American. He sounded British. So where's the sword? Modern day England. Let's see.
I'm gonna answer.
You do that.
What
if Achilles was just built
no.
different, being a little. I'm banning this guy. That's great. I'm gonna put this user in timeout.
I'm gonna answer Recruiter's question. No, I'm the
you're
only
timeout for
person
10
that's
minutes.
animating the bloopers.
Loser.
I'm the only person animating the
All right.
bloopers
What if
because
Julius didn't die? Crazy. What if Julius didn't die? I don't see how he would. He probably would have just joined the KOA, and they would have had a stronger thing, a stronger.
What if Songs of War didn't exist?
All right. Well,
then we wouldn't be
unfortunately, what if a fifth song category existed? There was one that was scrapped called Hydrophium that was in my Jeopardy game a couple months ago. It was a scrapped one that Megsty found, and
like
nobody knows
water.
what it does, but it probably had something to do with water, given the prefix hydro.
I knew it.
Because hydro, that's a thing. What if Dominus survived the mountain and didn't save Death Singer? That's a great question actually, because he was probably older than Thalias, so he probably would have just died of old age during the time of the Great War. I have to end the stream now, so unfortunately I do have to get going. But I absolutely subscribe to Fallout Studios. I unfortunately did not put you in the description, but you should be able to find it very easily through
What about me?
Default, why don't you just comment? Why don't you just comment in there under your the Fallout Studios account and just I'll pin it, whatever.
Alrighty, yeah.
And you guys want to be able to see Songs of War, What If come out, and any sort of updates. We give progress reports weekly. I would recommend subscribing to that channel. We also have a Patreon that you guys can use, and the more support we get, the better the quality and the efficiency of how the episodes will turn out, will be, how they'll probably help it occur faster, it'll help financially with the expenses that we have to create this sort of thing that everybody likes to see. So, if you really love the stuff you're seeing and you would love to find a way to support, we do have a Patreon that you guys can use to support. There are many different rewards that you guys can get, such as seeing your your name in the credits. You'll get a. I gotta look at I haven't seen the rewards, but they're listed on the website, and it's in Fallout Studios. It's in Fallout Studios. It's like description, or there's a video on it or something like that. I'm gonna wait for Default to leave a comment that I can pin, so that way you guys can use that.
I did.
I didn't see anything.
If you still want to participate in the community contest,
I can't. I literally just can't.
Okay,
I'm
great.
trying to say something here. If you guys want to participate in the community contest, you can. So you probably have like 1 month left. So make sure you follow that video that in his channel, and maybe your animation could be in there in the credit in the thingies.
Who knows? Maybe
maybe we actually
your
might get.
Will be a what if.
I haven't made an animation for if, but maybe
I was talking
will.
to the audience. Not
okay,
you.
well,
it's not always about
audience,
you,
you should be getting working. And also, here's a shameless promotion. Watch the first What If blooper on my channel.
Shame.
There we go. That's all I gotta say. I said shameless promotion.
Shame.
I know.
Shame.
I don't care.
All
I
right.
don't care anyway.
Subscribe to me. Subscribe to Chronos. Subscribe to Default. And good night.
Subscribe to the Fallout.